Alright, what's up, bitches? This is MMAFilms IP, and today we are bringing to you our very first prediction video, UFC 240, Max Holloway versus Frankie Edgar. What do you think, buddy?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Big fights.
I think we have like a half-ass card on the prelims, but then it starts to get really good towards the end.
Yeah.
Anyways, so this is our very first predictions video. As you can see here, based on my home screen, through previous efforts, I have 11 correct predictions and 5 incorrect. So basically, I'm a god. I don't know if you knew that. Feel free to follow the freaking YouTube channel, subscribe, and yeah, comment your picks down below. If you disagree, tell me why, and we'll have a lovely discussion. I will reply to your comments, probably.
As many as we can, as many as we can see.
I'll think about it. We'll see.
Yeah.
I know there's gonna be hundreds. All right, so our first fight, we have. We're only doing the main card.
Marc-Andre
Barriault versus Krzysztof Jotko. So, I believe. Okay, so this is Mark's second UFC appearance. He lost his debut against Andrew Sanchez.
Rest in pepperoni.
That's right. And then we have Jotko, who is kind of a relative UFC veteran. He's been around for a long time. He has a win over Talis Lates and David Branch. No, he has a loss, rather, to David Branch. So what you could see is that he's beaten kind of mid-tier, but he's also lost to kind of the gateway fighters like Uriah Hall and David Branch. But he does have the experience advantage here. He has 24 total fights compared to Barriault's 13. And Barriault's fights are against mid to low level competition in regional promotions. I think, yeah, Marc-Andre Barriault, I don't know how he's supposed to be said. He was a two-weight world champion in whatever promotion he came from, like Titan or some shit. He was a light heavyweight and the middleweight champion, but he's fighting at middleweight for this fight.
What flag is that for Jotko? Is that Poland? Some gay shit?
I think it's Polish.
I don't know.
Yeah. That's the Polish flag, definitely. And
I thought there was more colors to it.
Well, what flag is Barriault's flag, actually? I don't know.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay, anyway.
That's Russia.
My guess here is that... Here, let's switch over. You can see their fight history on this page. So, Barriault... his most recent loss, Andrew Sanchez. That was his UFC debut. After that, he came from a string of wins. Thank you to Sherdog for providing our lovely win-loss records here.
Not sponsored.
And then these are the last 10 fights of each fighter, and we're gonna show that for every dude.
So
and then Barriault, or fucking Jotko rather, broke a 3-fight skid against top-level competition. Beat Alan Medovsky, some shit like that.
Both of them lost their last fights.
No.
Wait, what the fuck? What order is this going in?
Okay, so on the left is Barriault.
Is it going down or is it going up?
Oh, the top is the most recent fight.
Why am I autistic, man? I don't get it.
The top is the most recent fight. Bottom is older.
I thought it was going bottom.
It's like if you were looking at the Wikipedia.
Yeah, I know. Because on the app, it's the same way.
But yeah, he broke a 3-fight win streak. Jotko did. Their names are reversed.
So
Jotko's
he was
on
an 8-win streak. Mark, he was on an 8-win streak.
Yep, in the regional promotion, he was a dual weight champion there, middleweight and light heavyweight. But lost his debut, Andrew Sanchez. Name I don't really know.
Man, I'll be totally honest with you. The only one I've heard briefly of is Jotko. Never fucking heard of Marc-Andre.
Yeah, I've never heard of him either. I don't know how to pronounce his name, and I still forgot.
I'm trying to think who he looks like a low budget version.
He
looks like
go
low budget Sam Worthington.
You could see the Bet DSI odds, which is the website we're going to be using.
Not sponsored.
They have our boy Barriault listed as the underdog. I have to agree. I'm going to say it's a closer fight just because of the 2-weight division champion. That's no easy task. Lost his UFC debut. He's going to be hungry picking up that first win. However, I still have Jotko defeating Barriault by unanimous decision. My verdict's MMA. whatever. Let me pull that up on my phone quick. It'll be presented on your screen. You can see that. And okay. It is currently loading. There is not much service here. Okay, so Jotco currently is the huge favorite on this app.
What are the odds?
Well, it's a multiplier. It's not the traditional like.
Oh, the negative and positives, the underdog, and.
But the multiplier for I can't say that word. Multiplier for the
Markiplier. Link in description.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody. My name is Markiplier.
1.3, which is not that high. That means he's a big favorite. Mark is a 4.3, meaning you'd get hella points because he's not going to win. But you'd be a dumbass if you did. Pick is Jotco by unanimous decision.
It's like betting on the last horse in the race. I guess you could say with your prediction that Marc-Andre Barriott will get his burial in the octagon.
Probably won't bring it back if he loses, but I wish the best of luck to both competitors.
That was the cringiest thing I think has ever come out of my mouth.
My prediction: Jotco defeat Barriott. Next fight. Now we have Olivier.
Olivier Aubin Mercier.
Yeah, that guy versus our man Tsarukyan.
Well, no, it's pronounced Tsar.
The young Russian.
Tsarukyan.
Hadouken. Anyways, so
it's like a Frenchie versus a Russian.
Yeah.
What fucking combo is that?
Enter the Dragon. Anyways, we have Olivier, UFC regular. He's been around forever. They have the same amount of fights, same experience, 15 fights. However, Olivier's fights have arguably been against much higher level competition, as he's been in the UFC longer. As we will demonstrate when we show the Sherdog recent picks.
But you can't doubt our man because
I don't doubt
he's Russian.
Well, if you look, he's very well rounded. 5 knockouts, 5 subs.
What are his stats for? Oh no, never mind.
Don't ask me.
They're
I can't pull that up. I put
Yeah,
together every stat that I care to do.
Because I was gonna go. We're gonna have to go on Google for that.
But our man, this is his sophomore UFC appearance as well. He made his UFC debut against Islam Makhachev
on September 11th, 2001.
Yes, very famous.
Very famous debut for Islam in the United States.
Wow, can we upload that? Very famous teammate of Khabib Nurmagomedov. Islam is, and he really gave Islam everything he could handle in that fight. Couldn't out wrestle him. So let's let's pull up the whatever. Sherdog bitches. All right, now.
Sherdog, the premier MMA statistics app.
Our man.
Not sponsored.
Our man. 9-fight winning streak, probably longer before losing to Islam. Not positive. However, as you can see, lots of dubs on that side, and he gave Islam all he could handle.
Yeah, well, Islam was big competition for him.
Olivier is coming off of 2 losses: Gilbert Burns, Alex Hernandez. Alex Hernandez obviously just getting the really awful, boring win over Francisco Trinaldo on the most recent ESPN. But he does have good wins against Evan Dunham, Drew Dober. Those are some names. The way I see this happening is our man is going to win by unanimous decision. Armen to Tsarukyan. And this is because Olivier just is not well-rounded enough.
If you look back, dude. I see a submission in there.
If you go back, he has 8 submissions. Olivier does.
No, I feel it from our man.
No. Well, Olivier is a ground specialist, right? Mm-hmm. But he's been out-wrestled in the past. Yeah. And you know that these Dagestan Russian people
That's what I'm saying, dude. If he's training with Khabib,
that's absolutely. Well, he almost beat the guy that was training with Khabib Islam, but I'm sure that there's some shit going on there.
He's got a little jizz on his knees.
But I just totally clicked the wrong one. But yeah. The odds This is a fight, folks, where you can benefit off of Verdict MMA, which, by the way, we totally suggest you download. It's an awesome app.
We're
also not sponsored, but
we're not sponsored by anybody.
Yeah,
but these are extremely helpful apps if you're trying to keep up with the sport.
Yeah, especially Verdict MMA. Sherdog is like like 5 out of 10. But
Sherdog is the type of thing that takes a little time to get used to, but Verdict is it's very user friendly right off the bat.
Sherdog is news. Verdict MMA
exactly. It's
is
for
a
the
social community.
Yeah.
Where you can connect with your wonderful friends and predict fights and
where
earn points.
Dylan and I are connected on the app.
Yeah, I smash.
He's a shitty logo.
I do. Anyways, but yeah, you can see the Vegas picks, BetDSI, and my odds both predict. Oh, I gotta change that. I gotta change my odds because I think freaking oh, never mind. I'm dumb. I don't have to change anything. Olivier is definitely the underdog coming into this. However, because he's the more recognizable name, the casual audience on Verdict MMA has corralled around him and chosen him to win. I disagree.
Yeah, big ass titties.
If you're looking for an underdog pick on Verdict MMA, this is a fight to start with. Pick Arman Tsarukyan to defeat Olivier Albin Mercier. Via unanimous decision. If not, maybe a knockout.
Olivier Albin Mercier.
How many knockouts?
Looks like fucking low budget Jean-Claude Van Damme.
I'd pick Arman by decision to win this fight.
I don't know about decision, man.
Decision or knockout.
For a 3-rounder, maybe. Yeah.
I wouldn't bet on submission.
Yeah.
Pick Arman in that fight. You will make hella points on the Verdict MMA app. Not sponsored.
Our man is our man.
Would you agree with that?
Yeah, man. Honestly, that's a good underdog decision if you're going right in for it.
Definitely go for that underdog pick. He is the actual favorite as far as the Vegas odds go by a large mark. 2-1 favorite, actually. Nonetheless.
He looks like a less bitchy version of Justin Trudeau.
Exactly. Alright, our next fight. Now we are getting into some interesting shit. We have Jeff Hands of Steel Neal.
He looks like the guy from, what the fuck's that Marvel series with the black guy who gets shot at?
I don't know.
You remember that?
Ronald Reagan? Nico the Hybrid Price. These are both dynamic strikers.
Nico Price.
Both young, both kind of a couple fights in the UFC, not too much. Jeff Neal coming off the Contender Series. Can't forget.
I did see him.
They both have mostly knockouts. Nico Price has a little bit more experience and a little bit more experience in the UFC. And they both have some memorable knockouts, too. If you look at Jeff Neal, that W over Frank Camacho was a beautiful left high kick, knocked him dead. And then if you look at Nico Price, that W over Randy Brown he was actually on the bottom off his back, and he landed left hammer fists to the dude's face.
Oh, yeah.
Knocked him dead. That was nuts. I remember going crazy watching that.
Go crazy.
Fun fight. Both Americans. Our first Americans on the main card. So let's get a hell yeah USA for that shit. And I don't know. If you look at their last 10 fights, they're both mostly coming off wins. Jeff Neal is coming off a lot of wins. I don't think he's lost in the UFC yet.
Wait, has he?
Well, he lost to Kevin Holland. I think that was a different company. I think he's like 2-0, 3-0 in the UFC.
I mean, it's still, it goes by professional career.
Yeah. Our stats provided by Sherdog. Nico Price, good win over Randy Brown, good win over Tim Means.
Randy Brown.
I don't know who Abdul Razak Al-Hassan is.
Where's that?
That's his second most recent fight. But I'm sure that was a fluke of some sort.
So Jeff's off 5 winning streak at the moment.
Yeah, lots of momentum, lots of hype behind him.
Yeah.
And surprisingly, once again, he's the underdog as far as the Verdict MMA voting goes. Yes. So,
that's because he's black.
For those out there listening, I would predict Jeff Neal to defeat Nico Price, second round knockout.
I think it's pronounced Geoff.
It'll net you a lot of points. Let me look exactly.
I do agree with your decision of TKO, but I think it might run to round 3.
Maybe.
Because if you look at the endurance of these fighters...
Well, we have 2 high-level strikers.
Exactly.
Dynamic strikers.
Mm-hmm. And if one of them gets hurt, they're going to try to go for...
I think Jeff gets it done early. I'm going to say round 2, maybe round 1. And I'm actually betting most of my XP on the Verdict MMA app.
Holy
not
shit.
Sponsored.
Why'd you bet so much?
Because this is the biggest underdog pick with the most benefit that I feel like will happen. So I'm putting 400 XP down on this fight, actually, which is a lot.
Dude, I'm a G
But
with my XP.
If
bet like 100, 200, you're out here with fucking
my
400.
potential payout for this fight is 3,044, which is hot damn a lot of points.
Big balls,
So
big guap.
Hey, you're either making money or you're sleeping out here, alright?
Shut the fuck.
And if you want to make money, Jeff Neal is your fucking pick for this fight.
You're fucking guy.
Nico Price, I love you. I hope to see you succeed. But Jeff Neal is going to continue with the momentum. He's going to make it happen. Make it happen out there.
Next up, we got fucking...
Next up, we are at the co-main event, the bitches.
The bitches. Chris Cyborg, Felicia Spencer.
That's right. So obviously we know Chris Cyborg, absolute animal.
She got a toenail in her eye, didn't she?
No, that was Kat Zingano.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Felicia
Felicia Spencer, undefeated.
Yep. And this is only her second UFC fight. She came from Invicta. She was, I think, the featherweight champion over there. Cyborg.
It's ironic because the picture of Cyborg is, the background's Invicta.
It is Invicta. Interesting. But Cyborg, 17 knockouts. She is inhuman. She just drills through girls.
Well, she's a man.
Knocks her down. Well, we can't make such comments on the shit.
Oh, I can. I've seen her naked.
Cyborg 20-2, obviously coming off a huge loss against Amanda Nunes, first round knockout.
That was brutal.
How will this shake her? I don't think that much against Felicia Spencer, who I don't think is ready for this fight. I don't think anybody's really fully ready to fight
because
Cyborg.
Cyborg is so experienced, and for going up against Nunes is like the top of the women's game right now. Like Cejudo literally wants to fight her because she has the power of a man.
She's nuts.
Like it's nuts. It's
Nunes
crazy.
Is crazy.
I mean,
Nunes has Chris boxing, but so does Chris Cyborg.
Yeah, I mean Cyborg couldn't take that, but Felicia Spencer couldn't take Amanda Nunes, and I don't think she could take Cyborg either.
This is a striker versus grappler matchup.
Mm-hmm.
Spencer, most of her wins are coming by submission here.
Yeah, 4 submissions.
Can she get Cyborg down? I don't think so.
I don't either. Because Cyborg could just power her way out of that. Cause she's
look at their last 10 fights. We'll pull.
She's done that before.
Spencer doesn't even have 7 fights.
Look at that.
They're 10 fights.
Both.
So there's 7.
Cyborg was like going on. What is that? 2, 4, 6, 8,
She
9.
was on a 20-fight win streak.
Yeah, because she hasn't been defeated since what? 06.
Yeah, her debut.
Yeah.
She lost by armbar.
Yeah.
And this is the first time she lost a strike.
First time she lost.
But as you can see, the odds are just absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
And I can't help but agree with them. I don't see much of a way for Spencer to win. I don't think she'll get Cyborg down.
And this is co-main?
Co-main event. She's smaller than Cyborg. She's built less dramatically.
I mean, we can't make that assumption. Because we've seen fighters that have looked...
I don't think anybody's stronger than Cyborg, though.
Yeah, I know, but you can't doubt her power. That's what I'm saying.
Because
we've had fighters in the past that look like shit,
yeah,
but they've got power behind them. But yet again...
Our fight history is brought to you by Sherdog, not sponsored.
It's so sexual. It's like ASMR.
I think Cyborg gets it done first round knockout. Do you disagree?
I don't know, man. I got this feeling inside my bones. It goes electric, baby. And I feel like it might go second round. There's going to be a lot of big shots.
Maybe she'll...
There's going to be a lot of big shots being traded in the first round, or they're going to hang back and try to stretch it out. I know that's not Cyborg's style, but since that knockout, it might do something to her.
She did have to fight that way against Holm. Holm would not let her close the distance.
I mean, dude, Holly Holm's getting old. I mean, I'm sorry. Like,
okay, she is.
The preacher's daughter is no longer the preacher's daughter. She's the preacher's grandma.
Great fight against Cyborg.
I mean, nothing against her. It's just like, come on, Holly.
Well, she couldn't put her away.
Exactly.
Nunes put it away. But I think Cyborg gets it done first round knockout.
Yeah.
Second round knockout? What's your prediction here?
I'm gonna say second round. I'm gonna say
fourth round submission.
Shut the fuck up.
This is a 3-round fight, by the way.
Middle of the late second round.
Probably Cyborg's first 3-rounder in a long time. Verdict MMA odds totally stacked. Everyone knows Cyborg is gonna win. I wouldn't put a lot of XP on this fight unless you're a really safe bettor because you're not gonna net that much profit.
Yeah.
Anyways. Now we move on.
Because it's a women's fight and they don't make as much money.
The main event. A very exciting fight. A lot of people are shitting on this fight. This fight is so much more exciting than people are picking up.
This is a very
I'll tell you why.
Matchup.
Frankie Edgar.
This has been coming for a long time.
Not only that, Frankie Edgar has the style to match Holloway.
Yeah, to match Holloway. It's a good matchup.
If you look at the stats, Frankie Edgar, 10 years the elder of the featherweight champion Maxwell Blessed Holloway.
Maxwell. Check out my Instagram, at Max Holloway.
Anyways, Frankie Edgar, lots of decision victories. Max, mostly TKOs. Some decisions in there as well. And one thing that surprised me, I don't know if my stats are wrong when I put this together or what, but for Max being so much taller than Frankie Edgar, the reach is so close.
Yeah, I don't know if we...
So Max is still going to be able to keep his distance and touch Frankie away just because he's taller. And it's easier to punch down than it is to punch up. But it's really not that much. And Frankie has been the smaller fighter throughout his whole career. So he doesn't have problems getting on the inside, finding his boxing.
He's like Rock. He's fucking Rock. The fucking tattoos.
Yeah. He's wonderful. I love
30
him.
total...
Yeah,
that's a lot of experience, man. I mean,
not only does Frankie have
3, look at these big names: BJ Penn 3 times, Gray Maynard, Cub Swanson, Jose Aldo twice.
Well, he lost to Jose Aldo though.
Oh my god, dude! I can't see. I don't have my glasses. Yeah. I'm wearing them.
Yeah. Anyways, so well, here's the other thing too. You look at Frankie Edgar, total 30. But as you'll see, we'll flip over to the next page. Most of those 30 fights are against top 10, top 5
very good point
level opponents. Not only at featherweight, but also at lightweight earlier in his career, 2010, 2011 era.
Oh, he switched weight classes.
Yeah, he used to be the lightweight champion. He beat BJ. But he has that draw against Gray Maynard, their second fight. Yeah. Crazy fight. That was a great trilogy.
I did not see that one, but...
Well, you're missing out, buddy.
I know,
Maybe we'll watch it later.
I'm lacking, bro. I'm lacking.
Max Holloway. 13-fight winning streak snapped by Dustin
These are big
Poirier
names, too.
Let's pull over,
Ortega, Aldo.
Hey!
We're recording here.
Ugly. Most recent fight, Max Holloway loses to Dustin Poirier by decision. What a shocker. Knocked out Jose Aldo twice. That's what made him legendary. Crazy victory over Brian Ortega.
Yeah.
Great fight.
That was a great fight.
And then, let's pull up their shit. Yeah, if you look, Edgar's only losses were... people are counting him out. His only losses were against Jose Aldo when he was champion. And Brian Ortega.
But you
wasn't when he was champion.
You got to keep in mind, Holloway beat both of those people that he lost to.
Aldo this was for the interim belt, I believe.
Yeah, it was.
And then Ortega, I think that was at UFC 200. Ortega, he obviously got knocked out. That's how he lost his title shot originally. But I mean, he
worked his way back up.
He beat a washed up BJ Penn, but he knocked out Chad Mendes. He beat Yair.
I didn't want to be the one to say it.
I think Yair. Oh well, come on, we all know. Yeah, BJ Penn, if you're watching, fucking retire. Anyways.
I know, dude. I'm saying this as nicely as possible. Please just do it, man.
Yeah. Anyways.
Seriously.
We love you. We
love you. We don't want to see you go down anymore, you know? But anyway.
Beat Yair Rodriguez, who's a monster. So, Frankie Edgar, if you're counting him out, fuck you, because this is a great fight. And then, if we look over at Max Holloway, obviously, absolute monster at featherweight, really knows he's a volume striker.
Blessed MMA.
Beat everybody. Beat Aldo, Ortega, Jeremy Stevens, Cub Swanson, Pettis. I mean, he has a who's who in the featherweight division.
Penis.
Of obviously that loss to Poirier at lightweight. I don't think.
I mean Poirier.
I thought the move to lightweight.
Poirier's a big contender.
Well, he's fighting Khabib, and
that's exactly what I mean. That he's a big contender. You know what I mean?
After, he really racked up a couple of good wins there.
Yeah.
And it's a different weight for him, a weight he's not used to. I can't count him out.
Yeah, because you lose a lot when you go up and down.
Yeah.
It's kind of fucky because you don't get that time to recoup the muscle and recoup the,
But he's going back down to featherweight, his home division. He brings back with him his skill set, but his confidence, is it fully there? I don't know. Maybe not.
Come on, dude.
He's only 27 years old. You don't know what that kind of stuff could do to a young dude. He thought he was going to be the double champ. I don't know. But the Vegas odds, the Bet DSI odds, list Holloway's a 4-1 favorite.
Nintendo
Edgar 3-1 underdog. I gotta disagree with that. I think this fight is so much closer, and I'll tell you why. Because
they're very matched fighters.
Yeah, if you look
very matched.
Well, styles make fights. That's the important part. Styles make fights. If you look at just look at the last 10 fights of Holloway.
Mm-hmm.
When has he fought a really high-level wrestler in his last 10 fights? He hasn't. He's fought all strikers.
But, I mean, in the past, he has done well with grappling.
He does have a very high takedown defense.
Yeah.
But Frankie has, I think, maybe the stat for the most takedowns in UFC history, if not, got to be top 5.
He does have more experience, 30 total fights.
Yeah. I mean, technically, Frankie Edgar, he has the longest fight time in UFC history.
He looks like one of those fucking guys you see walking around in Jersey.
Well, he is a guy that walks around in Jersey.
Is he really?
He lives in
fucking Jersey?
Tom's River.
Dude, you could tell. You could fucking tell. It's not. I didn't even know that. I thought he lived in L.A.
Oh yeah. Nope.
Oh, my nuts are
a Jersey boy. But
I'm a Jersey boy.
And here's another thing. So my odds, I'm putting this fight very close because I think it's going to be very close.
Mm-hmm.
I think Frankie Edgar still looks super good for 37. More experience, more motivated than ever. Max Holloway coming off of that loss. This is lining up to be an upset, folks. So
these are big names.
I'm going to list on here that Max Holloway defeats Frankie Edgar. But
that's what my conscience is saying, but it's so close.
If you're I'm a betting man. If you're a betting man, I have my Verdict MMA pick Frankie Edgar by decision.
Do you really?
Frankie Edgar, yeah.
What do I have mine set to? Let me see.
I have Frankie Edgar by decision on that app. I think it's so close of a fight, and since I have all my other XP...
Because you want to make the XP. Filthy fuck.
I don't...
Filthy.
I'm going for that belt. I want a 2-belt streak.
That belt.
My last event, I got a belt. I only have 100 XP on this fight. I have most of it on that Jeff Neal fight and then that Arman Sarukian fight. Those are my underdogs that I guarantee are going to pick up the dubs on this Saturday. However, Edgar, 100 XP down, you lose 100 XP, you live another day. But if he wins... That's a huge win.
I have mine set to knockout, 3rd round.
For Holloway or Edgar?
Holloway.
That's realistic. Here's what I don't see. If I see this fight going to decision either way, I think they're probably...
You think it's going to stretch 5 rounds?
Absolutely. I'll tell you why. Because, first of all, both of these guys, incredible shape.
Hell of a chin.
Frankie Edgar especially. Mm-hmm. Not only is he... in incredible shape, but he has unstoppable footwork, head movement.
True.
He has
He's
experience.
He's a dancer in the octagon.
He's like an artist in there.
Tiny dancer.
Count the headlights on the highway. He's a tiny dancer. He's only 5'6". He's way smaller. But let me tell you, his footwork, his head movement, unparalleled, and his output too. Takedowns, jabs, moves around. Holloway also unparalleled output. Doesn't get tired. He picks up as fights go on. If you saw that,
he's got that Tony Ferguson thing where he doesn't look tired. He never looks tired in a fight unless he's hit real bad, But he can keep moving. He can keep bobbing and weaving, and it's like that does take a lot of energy, but he doesn't show it.
So the real question for me is, because Frankie Edgar, here's why I think he wins this fight. Not only can he close the distance and probably go for a takedown, but Edgar is also a master at closing the distance and landing hooks, landing jabs, landing power punches, as he's done against much bigger opponents like Gray Maynard at 155, BJ Penn at 155. He knocked out Chad Mendes cold, one blow. I'm telling you that.
I mean, that's not the most difficult thing to do.
Oh, come on.
Well, in first round, yeah, but
I think this is when Chad Mendes was an animal, though.
Yeah.
Left hook, first round knockout for Frankie Edgar against Chad Mendes. And that's another thing you don't see. Max Holloway does not knock people out with one punch. He does not put everything he has into one punch. He's a volume striker. He takes after the Diaz brothers.
He's not a brawler. Oh no,
he's a little
the Diaz
bit of
brothers
a brawler.
are brawlers.
He's a volume striker.
That's legitimately.
But he's not going to knock you out with a right hook. He's going to throw 100 straights to the face until you cave in. But Frankie Edgar does not cave in. People, do not sleep on this fight. This is going to be incredible.
These Jersey boys got faces of iron. Iron.
Yeah. It took 15 years, however long his career was, for him to get knocked out one time. And you can't sleep on Ortega's power either. That was a great uppercut that he landed that knocked him out. But he came back against Cub Swanson, looked great in that fight. I think he's fully ready. I think he's coming off a great camp. I think if there's any time...
What's he with, Alpha Male?
No. I don't know who he's with.
A1 sauce.
You know who he's with? He's with someone that's going to get him the victory.
He's with your fucking mom.
I think Frankie Edgar is going to... I don't know. I mean, like... Statistically, I got to pick Holloway. He's more likely to win this fight, but I'm willing to take the loss.
And my heart wants to go with Holloway. My heart wants to say, Maxi boy, come on.
Yeah.
You're blessed, man.
But I'm willing to take the loss, the more likely loss, in exchange for the potential benefit of Frankie Edgar picking this one up, which I think a lot of people are sleeping on. And if you have some money lying around, not only would I pick Frankie for the Verdict app, but I don't have any underdog picks for the Vegas odds of this card. But if I would, I'd pick Frankie. That's your best bet there. At plus 318,
it's back
he's
and
a
forth,
3-1 underdog. I gotta say, go with him. If you're only betting on an underdog, I'd say pick him.
Is it illegal to bet on the opposite fighter through two different apps?
Yeah, it would be dumb because you'd just be losing money, even if your guy won.
No, you wouldn't. Because if it's an underdog, you'd make more.
No, you'd
because
make
it's
less.
Multiplied.
And then if
No. What I mean is like you know how if it's an underdog and you bet, it's multiplied so you make more, but then it's no consequence if you lose. Anyway, you just lose the base amount that you bet, not the multiplied number. And then for betting for the champ, it's less.
Huh?
You know, never mind, dude. I was playing that GTA 5 casino update came out, and I'm getting real big into gambling.
Oh, I know what you're saying. Anyways, please comment down below.
Yes.
Here, I'll flash an image of my final
penis
picks. Final images. Verdict MMA. Get the app. Follow me at MMAFilms IP. Any last thoughts?
This is your co-host, Alex Bonk.
And this is Dylan Cole. Thank you. Comment your picks down below.
Yeah,
Feel free to subscribe, please. Get the Verdict MMA app. Follow us on that shit, too. I hope you have a lovely evening. And I hope you enjoy the fights.
Have a good fight, and have a good night.
you want. Let's have a bit of fun till I downfall. My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side.